Lions Raiders coming your way this evening out in Oakland. Very much looking forward to that. And, well, because of that, decided to do a little preseason NFL Blitz. It's very exciting.
Kyle, I'm excited for this, man.
Me too, even though it's just the preseason, and it doesn't really matter. Even though it kind of does, though, but it doesn't.
It's fake football. But hey, let's get into it. Question number one for you. Preseason Blitz. Cam Newton, I'm sure you saw the video, addressing Kelvin Benjamin before the game. Cam Newton went up to Kelvin, tried to talk to him. Obviously, there was the thing with Kelvin Benjamin making the comments of, if I had played with an accurate quarterback, I would have been a lot better. Do you love it or hate it to see kind of a, not altercation, but kind of a skirmish before the game like that?
Would it be too wojo of me to say both? Because the funny thing is, Kelvin Benjamin actually makes a point. Cam Newton is not the most accurate quarterback out there, even though Cam Newton is one of the most prolific running quarterbacks of all time, but he does need to be a more accurate quarterback. So I have no issue with Kelvin Benjamin coming out and actually saying it, from the start. But the other piece of it is, if you're going to talk smack, you're going to talk like that, knowing you're going to run into Cam Newton at some point, good on Cam to go up to Kelvin Benjamin and, just at least have a conversation about it. I thought it was kind of weak of Benjamin to shy away from it and not really want to shake his hand, but I have zero issue with Cam Newton being a man, going over there, addressing it, and just simply moving on. But there's no doubt, Cam has to be better moving forward. I think that's true.
Oh. Question two. Last night, you mentioned this earlier, Browns and Giants last night, preseason. Couple storylines. Obviously, Baker Mayfield, everyone was watching him. Saquon Barkley, everyone watching him as well. Is it possible to buy into these guys after just one preseason game? Both played well.
See, it depends on how much you're buying. Again, Baker Mayfield's performance last night, does it mean that he's the answer for the Cleveland Browns? No, I'm not going to go that far. But the preseason is about what? It's like a dress rehearsal. You want to see that they have an understanding of what they want to do, that they're moving well, that they're putting the ball in the proper area, right? Making quality decisions. I was impressed with all of that as it pertained to Baker Mayfield. He looked prepared. He made some nice throws. I wouldn't say any extravagant throws or, wow, look at that arm strength, type of play. But he had good pocket presence, good awareness. He was able to get out and make some plays. With Saquon Barkley, do I think that he's going to have a Zeke Elliott type of impact for the Giants? No, I don't think it'll be that. But again, he rattles off a 39-yard run, first carry of his quote-unquote NFL career, even though it's a preseason. It was impressive. And it wasn't like, there was this huge hole to the right side for Saquon Barkley. He had to make that himself. He had to kind of be patient, almost Le'Veon Bell-esque. Be patient, wait for a hole to develop, and then boom, hit it. I was encouraged by both guys. I really was.
Lions Raiders tonight.
Yes.
If there's going to be a storyline out of it, it's going to be John Gruden, first game back in Oakland. Raiders head coach. Do you think John Gruden will be successful with the Raiders or not?
See, this one's interesting, and I would have said originally, yes, I like it. Gruden working with a guy like Derek Carr, who you would think is going to take another step in his career as a quarterback, but I'm not a huge fan of the way that Gruden has handled the Khalil Mack situation. You don't alienate your best player, no matter, if there's a contract dispute or you don't want to pay him. I'm not going to be a fan of that, and let's be real. If you're a head coach and you're going to put yourself against the best player, oftentimes the best player is going to win that debate, even though Gruden has a 10-year deal. I don't think Gruden is going to be able to get them to the point where the Raiders are winning a Super Bowl. I don't see it that way, at least at this point. He could prove me wrong, but, it's not like Derek Carr had that bad of a year last year either. His numbers weren't as good as, 2016? But can he get back to that? Gruden, to me, he might have been gone a hair too long, and I worry about that.
Speaking of Lions Raiders tonight, in your opinion, what will the prevailing thought coming out of tonight's Lions-Raiders game potentially be?
I think there's a lot that you can look at. My own thought here is Jake Rudock is your backup quarterback. I know there's been much to do about Matt Castle and he's got that Patriots connection. He's got the experience. He's going to take over that job. In limited, very limited time, Jake Rudock has established himself as a competent NFL quarterback. He'll never be a starter. Potentially could be, a fill-in guy. I just think he'll go out there and impress and be a little bit better than Matt Castle. And I'm not going to say solidify himself as the backup quarterback just yet, but I think he'll be someone that stands out this evening. I also wouldn't be surprised if Amir Abdullah gets extended playing time this evening and a chance to prove that, he deserves a roster spot. I got to believe Abdullah's going to be playing 2 quarters, maybe probably getting 10 carries or something like that.
He's been so disappointing.
He has been. But he's going to get a lot of time just because Kerryon Johnson, the Garrett Blount, they're not going to be out there getting, the bulk of these carries. I would say the defense, but you can't really, Matt Patricia's not going to show anything this evening. Not that many teams are in the preseason. So I wouldn't say that, Jared Davis is going to look like a stud, or I love this new 3-4. We're not going to see any of the things I don't think that they're going to be doing in the regular season.
And on that note, a general question about preseason. Do you think you can learn anything from preseason? Is there any specific thing you can point to, meaning I can learn this, I can learn that, maybe like a theme or some sort of thing you can actually learn?
100%.
Besides the fact that, no one got injured or something.
Are you prepared for the speed of the game? Do you look like, especially for the rookies? I think for the rookies, it's as much a proving ground as anything to prove that, you understand what's going on. Will Hernandez, the offensive guard that all the Lions fans wanted them to take in the draft, he looked a step slow last night. That's something that you can improve on. Do you want to go over the top and project guys and say, wow, he's a stud, he's the next star? No, it's not about that. To me, it's just understanding your assignments, not making mistakes, and looking competent out there, playing, the game at the speed that it actually deserves to be played at. That's all.
And a bonus question, weigh in. Darius Geis out for the season with the torn ACL. Doesn't this speak to how, these guys shouldn't be playing that much in preseason?
Yeah, I mean, look, the NFL is never going to shorten the preseason unless they actually are allowed to extend the regular season. But yeah, a freak accident. I mean, and it was right at the end of a 20-yard run. Three or four guys just ended up piling on him. Unfortunate, although he did have a knee injury apparently back at LSU. I just saw this reported a little bit earlier. And he didn't get surgery to repair it at the time. So there is thinking that maybe this is what led to, or that's what led to him tearing his ACL. It's terrible news, though. You can only hope it doesn't happen to Kerryon Johnson. That's all. All right. Good times. Let's get into one of those issues. We'll do that coming up to close out the hour, get into something else, maybe a little Michigan question at 4:02. 97.1.